everybody. It's Ed Rosenberg again, and this afternoon I'm speaking with Casey Gauss from Viral Launch. How are you, Casey?
Doing great. How about you, Ed?
Okay, I'm doing great, and there's been a lot of talk all over the groups, Facebook, everywhere, about Viral Launch. So you want to let me know what exactly you guys do?
So basically, we're really focused on helping people have success on Amazon, and so we want to come around, from all ends and help them to achieve that. So right now, we do everything from we have three product photographers in a studio in our office doing product photography. Our big thing is lifestyles. We have five people that write Amazon listings. We have some coaches that kind of help walk people through the Amazon selling experience. The coaches are free, really. They're just, trying to help you have success with the rest of our platform. Our big thing is product launches. So to date, we've worked with a little over 5,000 brands, doing over 20,000 product launches. And so our big thing is just helping people to drive keyword ranking through product promotions. We also have free split testing software. We also have a tool called Market Intelligence that is basically a more sophisticated version of Jungle Scout that's really focused on leveraging historical data to predict trends coming up so that you have more data to predict the profitability of certain markets. So yeah.
Okay, so basically, anything you need to launch a private label product, but specifically, I think what makes me most curious is that everybody is looking for ways to get their private label item off the ground. So what can what's your secret? You got to tell me your secret sauce, but how do how does that work?
Yeah, really, what we see people do is so many people are trying to cut the corners. And so the trick is that there is no trick, and then you just have to do everything really well. So, listing optimization, not enough people care about, the keywords that are in your content. They don't care enough about the keywords in your title specifically. So making sure that you have a really, really optimized listing that is a lot more focused on the keyword structure than it is, having that beautiful title that's going to get 3% better click-through rate. I would rather have 2 times as many keywords in my title. Even though I'm getting a little bit lower click-through rate, I'm going to be ranking for, twice as many keywords, which means in total, I'm getting more clicks, which means more sales, which then means better rankings. So anyways, so you got to make sure that you're doing everything really well. Make sure you have a good review follow-up sequence in place. And basically, so what we do is we just do make sure you have a good product at a good price. And then we build a great listing, great content, great photography. And then we use promotions, assuming that the market is big enough. We use promotions to help drive that keyword ranking as well as sponsored ads. And then from there, we just make sure that we have a good email follow-up sequence. We're using the early reviewer program to drive reviews. And so basically our approach generally, within the first 30 days, we can get you driving some pretty healthy organic sales. The problem is it's like an expensive way to do it. So that's a lot of people's apprehension is they don't want to spend the money to run the promotions or to get good photography from any service. I'm not partial to our services, but really, you just got to do everything well, and we see not enough people doing that.
Have you sold private label successfully on Amazon?
So no, I haven't. I think it'd be too much of a conflict of interest. The way that I got into this was just a developer. So I'm a self-taught coder, built the original platform, and just learned Amazon. So I'm a big data guy. We have billions of dollars of Amazon sales data from our clients. And so, our largest private label client last year, they did just under 100 million on Amazon alone. And so using that data and the experiences of these guys, we're able to learn, what works and what doesn't. So I would like to sell. It's very tempting, but I think there's too much of a conflict of interest for people to really trust our platform if I did.
Yeah, I know a lot of sellers say that they don't want providers having access to the data and also selling. So yeah, I can see both sides.
Yeah.
Now everything you do, like there's never an issue with terms of services because I know people have asked me. They asked me for every service, so I know specifically they've asked, with a name like Viral Launch.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
so
yeah, everything you
like
said sounds totally within, but I'm just making sure because people have asked me.
yeah, no, it's a fair question. We get it all the time. Yeah, so I mean, we with the whole review update, we were never focused on getting reviews, so that didn't really bother us. Actually, the day after we had the most customers come and sign up to date, because most of the other review services were down, and yeah, over 21,000 product launches, and we've never had anybody get suspended or anything from those promotions. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. What are the major mistakes people make when sourcing products for private label on Amazon?
Yeah. One, everybody tries to go where everybody else is at. So, we're running, I don't know, 450 launches a day, and you would not believe the number of people that are still coming to us with the garlic presses, Garcinia Cambodias. It's so cliche, but yet, like, there's still so many people that are coming to us with it. And so people just don't do their due diligence, and they're like, I heard it's not that tough to sell on Amazon, so I can just pick a random widget that I heard somebody else having success with, and then I can go and source it. And so like people just aren't spending enough time, analyzing the data and making sure that, they have the budget necessary to have success for the market. So, in our opinion, we always say that any product is a good product to sell so long as it makes sense for you. So if you have a ton of money, if you have 100K, maybe 200K to throw at a Garcinia Cambogia, that's a good product to sell because you can make a lot of money out of it. You're just going to have to spend a lot of money to get there. But for someone who has a budget of $5,000, make sure that you're like getting into the appropriate market for that. So definitely getting into the wrong product is the so another mistake with that is people see like one ASIN doing well. So they'll search, let's just say grill brushes. They'll search grill brush and they'll see one ASIN that has low review quantity but really high sales. And so they think, oh, if I source that same exact grill brush, I'll be able to have the same volume of sales even with a low review quantity. And it's not true. So like basically what you need to be doing is you need to be looking at the market as a whole, looking at market averages, market trends, and assuming that you will perform relative to the market, and not like assuming that you will have this star product because somebody else did. It's impossible to understand where sales attribution is coming from. So somebody could be running heavy Facebook ads or something like that driving those sales. So you need to make sure that you are looking at the market average. And then the other big one is just cutting corners. So many people try to source lower quality products because they want to save more money, and then they end up getting bad reviews because of it. Or people try to throw up, bad product photography. A lot less people read these days, and so they're really looking at the product photography to understand, what does this do? What are the main features that this product offers? And is this going to be the product that I want, and that's going to satisfy my needs? So really just making sure that you're not cutting corners. It's going to save you so much money in the long run and really set you up for success.
You mean cutting corners on the quality of the product?
Yeah, on the quality of the product, on the quality of the listing, not spending enough money on pay-per-click ads. Like so many people like try these like tips and these hacks to get there. But at the end of the day, really you just need to have great product, great listing, great photos, and then drive sales. So leveraging external ads or PPC ads or product promotions, any number of things that you're driving enough traffic, and then make sure you have a good email follow-up sequence. And so just do these things really well and you'll have success. But so many people, skimp here, skimp there because they're trying to save money, trying to save time, or, they're maybe lazy and don't want to do those things. And then it takes them, 6 months to start selling 500 units a month organically or something like that. And it just doesn't work.
Right. So basically you get sellers to where they're going to be a lot faster.
Yeah. That's really our focus.
Okay.
As an example, our best case study is we helped this brand. They launched in June of 2015, and then they did 35 million in 2016.
You charge like on a percentage?
No, so most of our stuff is kind of modular. So you want photos, you sign up for photos. You want a launch, you can sign up for launch. We have a program called Flight Crew where we do take a percentage. But right now we're not taking any new people because we're pretty maxed out there. But yeah,
Okay,
you
this
know,
is
so yeah, the way that the engagement works is you just come and you say, hey, I have this product, like this part is free. Hey, I have this product, like what do I need to do to be successful? And then one of our coaches will say, hey, you should think about this. This you're doing this really well. Here are maybe the keywords that you should be targeting, and here's what it would take to get to page one. And so, even if you never used us, we just want to help you like have success. And yeah, if you want to use our services for those things that we suggested, that's awesome. But if not, like at least you now have a good idea of what you need to do to, increase your sales on Amazon.
right. Okay, great. What are the biggest mistakes people make when trying to scale a private label business?
Yeah, so a couple of things. One, definitely cutting corners. Two, not like building out a team, whether it's a series of VAs or actual domestic people to like scale up. I have friends that have easily got to 200K a month, maybe even 500K a month, but then they have such a difficult time going to that next level because everything is relying on them. Now they're doing, customer service for $500,000 a month worth of orders, or while they're also trying to launch new products, while they're also trying to write new listings or whatever. And it's just not scalable. So the guys that I see have the best success in terms of scaling are the guys that are willing, guys are gross, that are willing to like put the VAs in place. And yeah, maybe they do it 90% as well as you, but like, it's either they do it 90% well or it doesn't get done for the next month or something like that. So definitely building out a team to like remove yourself as the bottleneck is super, super important. Another thing is that I feel like, I don't know, at some maybe like this 100K mark or something like that, then people become very interested in like these hacks or these tips and these tricks. And what they forget is the fact that what got them there. And what got them there is, again, kind of just doing everything really well. And so they're like, oh, there's this new hack to do this or this new tip to do this. And like, yeah, that's cool, but maybe it only adds 5% to your top line, or maybe 10%. But if you just launched another couple products, you could be doubling your sales, and then you could just repeat that process. So yeah, so I think that people forget that. Another thing is I'm actually, not a huge advocate of diversifying until you're at, well into the millions per year, simply because it's so easy to launch on Amazon. And, if you're doing $1 million a year on Amazon, like, how to get there, you can easily double that, triple that, and continue to, multiply your revenue. But what I see so often is these guys get, really scared because now they're doing good revenue, and they're like, wow, I got to diversify before something that terrible happens. And so then they're like spending money trying to drive sales to Shopify, trying to push to Walmart or something like that. And what they see is like, okay, maybe a 10% increase in sales or something like that. And they're spending all this time, their team's resources, trying to diversify. And they're going from 100K a month to 110K versus launching 2 new products and going from 100K a month to 200K a month. I do think that at some point it's important to diversify, but like you should be at a big enough scale where you can hire people to then focus their full time on diversifying, so that your time is still spent on what you know how to do best and what's really bringing in the revenue, and that is selling on Amazon.
So. Right, you're making a great point, but just to say the other side, these people are just petrified that Amazon will just like snap their fingers and suspend you. I'm sure you've seen a lot of suspensions.
Yeah, actually not that many. Most of them are around reviews. So I am a huge advocate of don't mess around with reviews. It's not worth going into the gray areas. Yeah, but from the suspensions, I've only seen one person get banned, and they were doing like a lot of stuff that they shouldn't have been, and they continue to push Amazon's buttons. And so like, out of the thousands and thousands of brands that we've seen, one person has gotten banned. Everybody else is still able to sell on Amazon. And so like, there's a pretty low chance that you're going to get banned and that your revenue stream is going to, disappear overnight. And again, like those guys were, kind of asking for it. So as long as you're not asking for it and you're being, fairly smart and cognizant of what you're doing, like the probability of that is very, very low. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I would agree completely. I think I saw a poll: 60% of Amazon sellers the biggest fear of suspension. But I agree. Like they don't want you getting comfortable. Once you're not comfortable, you normally do not get suspended.
Yeah, but just because people are afraid of getting suspended doesn't mean that it's happening to 60% of the sellers, you know?
No, it could be it's yeah. I mean, that's true. That's a good point. Okay, a lot of people ask me this question, and I'll tell you what I think it's a ridiculous question.
Yeah.
People ask the question: is the market saturated? So people say, yeah, you already have your name on Amazon, you know how to do it. Is there room for a newbie to sell
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Amazon? I think it's a ridiculous question. I think we're going to look
There's
back in 20
okay.
years and say that we're just getting started.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I used to think like, wow, you know, it is definitely difficult for new people to get in, but those are the people that are still trying to source the buttermilk terms, the Garcinia ambrosias, and there's still so much opportunity for all these niche markets that people aren't paying attention to. Where there's so much money now, you know, we still have so many people asking that all the time, and I, you know, really just want to encourage you on Amazon, and it's definitely worth your time because, you know, as Amazon's value as a company continues to increase, so does the value of your private label brands, and so as Amazon continues to increase their reach and the depth of their relationships, you know, with their Prime members, that's more money going to be spent on Amazon to buy your products if you have them listed on there. So yeah, I think there's still plenty of opportunity. I think that really in your product selection, don't go after the product that everybody else is because yeah, that becomes significantly more difficult. But you know, if you get into these markets or these niches where people aren't paying attention to so much, yeah, you know, the grass is definitely green.
Yeah, I think for the rest of our lifetime, it's going to be like that because I think it's still overall retail. It's only like 5 or 10% online, and it's I buy 100% of what almost 100% of my purchases are purchased online, and like 98% of them on Amazon. So yeah,
Yep. Yeah.
I think it's like a ridiculous question to ask at this point. But Casey, I really appreciate that, and we're going to put the links below. And thank you very much. I hope you keep in touch.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Ed.
You got it. Bye.